Seeing if my boyfriend will let me pay for a meal.
It's my turn today. Give it to me. It's my turn today.
That's okay.
Let me do it. Babe, let me do it. Babe, really? Let me do it. Can I pay the tip at least?
$30 for 30 kisses.
Okay, ready?
That's about $1.
I'm not sure if I like this one. Babe, do you like this white one better, the white bathrobe? Or do you like this gray one better? Right here.
The white one.
The white one?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Babe, I feel like I have to get this one because it comes with the matching scrunchie. Isn't that really cute? The matching scrunchie.
She's so cute.
And it's only like $15 for the 3-piece. Uh-oh. I don't have my wallet. Did you bring my wallet? I don't have money then.
You're broke then.
Should I put it all on hold? No, I don't want you paying for it. It's a lot of money.
You bought a lot of things for me.
It's gonna be like $200 for all of that.
You want to sell Jasper?
Babe, I'll put it on hold. We'll come back.
Babe, I'll buy it.
It's okay. It's gonna be expensive.
It's fine.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, one great way to find out if a man is really being honest with you is to see how he treated the other woman. So one thing I do want to say is that when you get your emotions out of the picture, which mine are starting to get out of the picture, because at this point I'm just like, okay, I don't think even if I feel all the feelings in the world and I feel the energy coming from him and it also comes out from me, I still don't feel like he wants to commit to me. It could be a lot of different reasons. Like it could be he's hurt from his previous relationship, giving his money, giving himself away. He could have the money, but still doesn't want to spend any more money on girls, on any more women. And there are different reasons why a guy might tell you, I don't have any more money. He probably doesn't have any more money to spend on you, period, because he spent most of his money on the woman that he was with previously. And when a woman doesn't get the love that she needs from a guy, she starts to spend his money. That's the same thing that Hailey Bieber did to Justin Bieber. Hailey Bieber wasn't getting the love that he needed from Justin Bieber, and Justin Bieber was, having sex with her, but he wasn't enjoying it, and Hailey Bieber wasn't getting pleased by it. So Justin Bieber kept running from Hailey Bieber, so that made Hailey Bieber upset. And on top of that, he was abusing her. He was being mean to her. So she was like, you know what? If you're going to do that, then I'm just going to spend your money. I don't think there is a point in me being in this relationship if I'm stuck in the relationship. If she's stuck in the relationship, she can't get out of it because she already made vows and a promise to stay with him. And now she's already told the world it's just going to make her look bad, and it's going to look bad for business if she doesn't follow through with the marriage, at least for some years, right? And also Justin Bieber was trying to get his citizenship, so they had to be together for about 5 years in order for him to finally get his citizenship. He has to be a green card holder for 5 years before actually becoming a U.S. citizen, right? So Selena refused to give him the citizenship. A lot of guys get used in so many ways that when it comes to actually being with a woman, they start losing their trust. They start losing complete trust in women because after repeated abuse happens in a connection, you just start having doubts, and that's absolutely normal because you're traumatized. It's relationship trauma, right? So for me, when I ask for money and I say, well, hey, here, if you want to support me, then here's this to support me. I never asked for Zach to give me money to begin with in the first place. I was in it because I was stuck. It just happened to me. It's not something it's something that I ignored for a very long time until one day I woke up and there he was, you know what I mean? In my head one day, and then I had no choice, but it was almost like it's like someone did witchcraft on me. It just felt like somebody performed a ritual, and the next thing you know, I'm here. I'm in love with a guy that I never thought I could fall in love with. As handsome as he is, I just wasn't feeling him. You know what I mean? I wasn't feeling his energy because he wasn't tied to me. I was tied to someone else's energy. And I was like, okay, he's cute, but I don't see myself being with him. And another thing is when a girl sees a woman that is not as beautiful as her, especially a Leo female knows her quality. And Leo female knows she's beautiful, so she knows her worth. Not every Leo female is like this. Like I said, there needs to be school and lessons about being a Leo. I'm the type of Leo that it doesn't matter how ugly, how bad I look, how fat I might be, how ministry, I was designed to be really intelligent. So I see better qualities about me aside from looks. And when I see looks and I see how people get treated that are beautiful, I start to understand why I'm not as beautiful, and I start to accept it. I say, well, I'm okay with it. And that keeps me from being envious, because I'm like, I have no reason to be envious of another woman because I'm happy with who I am. I may not like everything about me, but I can deal with it. You get what I mean? Because I'm looking at people with surgery, and then there are all these complications that come with surgery, and I'm like, well, you know what? I'd rather be able to breathe than get surgery and have complications. The more you get surgery, you're going to have to keep getting surgery. So that means you have to keep making money. That means that you can't spend money on charity on other people because you're so busy trying to make yourself look a certain way because you're that insecure. And so that happens with guys. There's a lot in the guy community that there's not enough support in the male community to help them feel they feel like there's not enough. Maybe some people found their beautiful queen. There are people that I'm pretty sure have found their partner and they're happy somewhere. And those are the people we would love to hear from. How did you meet? And being open about your relationship and commitment. What I do like about Zach and Quincy's page is that they are open enough. They're open, but I wish they would be more open and really stop acting and really get into the truth on what's really happening in their relationship. That's where I'm trying to tell Zach, and I'm like, well, Zach, I'm a company too. Like I'm a growing business, and everybody wants me to be their slave and work for them, but nobody wants to invest in me, right? The only company that is really investing in me is Brilliant Corners. And even if Brilliant Corners is built, some of the money that Brilliant Corners probably already had that kind of money. They're probably already a rich organization, but they do rely on, but I don't know that for a fact. I'm just saying, but they probably do, but they do rely on probably the government, as well as other people that donate. They rely on other people that donate to for their company to grow. Like I said, I'm just guessing, but I know for a fact that it's a nonprofit organization, right? And so with that being said, they rely on donations and stuff to continue to grow. And I'm pretty sure they're not just spending money without having savings, especially when you're paying other people's rent. You have to have savings. You have to have money on the side. You have to, because that's the way you're always going to be able to have that extra money in case the client falls short and can't pay their utility bill. That's when you come in and help them pay their utility bill. So I don't want people to think that, oh, they're saving money and paying people's bills and this and that. They're being responsible and helping the government. They're not abandoning the government. This is why it's a very good organization. That's why I believe in building organizations, because I want to be a part of the solution in this country, and not just a business. Also, you still need like a backup plan anyways. But so looking at the videos here, hold on. Looking at the videos here, there's a lot of things that Quincy might be doing that are actually making Zach think like, okay, this person might not be my very partner, but when it comes to me, he says, oh, I have my love, I don't have money, but I need evidence. You know what I mean? I'm not the kind of person that is going to just take your word for it, because I don't expect you. This is the beginning of what I thought was a relationship, but now I don't think it's going to be a relationship. I think the goal is to try to kind of come out of this, because it's like I'm in it, but I was in it, but I still feel the emotions, but I don't want to be attached to this, because now I feel like he's playing with me. You get what I mean? And so with her, he was serious, I guess, because he thought she was serious. But then he started to see, hey, this woman is not really serious, because this woman is attacking me with sticks, is poking me, is playing pranks. But then when I look at the comments that he wrote, the videos that he sent me, he said that he likes pranks. So maybe she's trying to entertain him, right? So that he can do what he likes. But now she's showing him the universe is using her, I believe, or she knows what she's doing, is showing him, hey, you really don't like pranks. Let me show you what it's like to be pranked. So if this guy was to marry an important woman, that like a queen, she's like the hands of the queen to kind of show her what it feels like to be irritated by a person. Maybe that's I'm just guessing, right? So the universe is probably using her to show him what is actually not good. So when he gets with his actual partner, everybody is a queen to me. Maybe not, but everybody is important in some way, especially if they're employees, etc., etc. If you're going to marry someone that is an actual employee, if you want to be taken seriously as a person, you have to act accordingly at home. It's not like when you get home, yeah, you can play your music and have a good time, as long as it has nothing to do with harming your partner, as long as you understand that, hey, okay, if we can do things and be in order, and it's like, if we want to wrestle, we can wrestle. If we want to argue a little bit, we can argue a little bit, but all that requires energy. If you want me to promote your page and your channel, that requires energy, and that makes me wonder, well, why should I continue to promote this page if in the midst of it I'm being completely hurt, right? And so it's like, maybe I should get out of this, because that's what I feel. And so I would ask for money to find some level of healing, because love alone is just not enough, because love alone, it feels good. It's enough to make the person feel comfortable, but when your physical is impaired and you don't have this, you have to cook for yourself. When the person that's supposed to be with you is supposed to be your partner, whenever you fail or you fall short and they're not there, instead they're with another woman, you're like, well, how are you going to make me feel better if you want me to get into this conversation with this woman? And that's where I'm like, well, you have to pay me something. You have to pay me something, or tell the world that we're together, something to make me feel better, because she's using old videos to hurt me, and it really hurts. And so why should I stay in this commitment? Why should I commit to a guy that is not ready to be serious? Maybe $5, or proof that you actually don't have money. There's nothing embarrassing about that. So I took pictures of my accounts, which I literally have zero or negative dollars, negative in my account, because my money went to my bills, my money went to my bed, and Brilliant Corners pays for my rent. And I have to buy hair supply. I have to buy cleaning supplies, right? I had to pay off a puppy that I thought I needed for emotional support, but instead that dog became a responsibility and a liability, and I had to, not a liability, but a responsibility that I literally couldn't afford. So I had to get rid of that dog. I was trying to find solutions for myself. So the dog was almost damn near $5,000, and now I still have to pay that $5,000 off, pay off my debt. It's important that I'm responsible when it comes to my debt. Now, when you come to my house, it's important to know what kind of man I bring in my house, because I'm sharing my entire life with you, my social security number, my everything. I'm laying down my computer, my work, everything. When you come in my house, you have now entered everything about me, right? I could sleep and you wake up and you run off, and maybe you invite the wrong person. What kind of friends are you with? These are all things that are very important for me to know as a person before deciding to make a commitment and marrying you, right? So when I put that price tag on my time, that's when he was like, I don't have money to do that. And I'm like, okay, you don't have to have money, but can you prove that you don't have money? How do I know you're not lying to me? How do I know? Because it looks like you have money here. Look at this. It's not a problem to him. And one thing I do have to tell you is that sometimes guys may say that spending money on you might not be a problem when it is. They just are too embarrassed to say that they don't have it, especially when they're on camera. So especially if it's looking for someone else, he doesn't want to look like a broke guy. And that's how people in the rich white communities, they always say that, oh, if you don't have money, you're poor, you can't hang with us and this like that. They bully them, right? In the African American community, you might not have money, but I mean, I don't know how it is in Africa, but I've been around so many people that were broke that I had to take care of, even when I didn't have money. But But you know what? They gave me some of their time, but when I realized that I wasn't paying for their time. We just happened to date, and I just happened to be the one with a job. And I was like, okay, you know what? You need bus fare, I'll help you. You need this, I'll help you. And then there's sometimes where this guy was like, hey, do you need bus fare? Do you need food? I know where we can go and get food. We both didn't have money, but we both panhandled and we made it work. The only issue was that he got another girl pregnant before he met me, and he disappeared after we had sex or whatever. He disappeared the next morning, and then he came back 3, 4, 5 days later. Too late when I had already slept with his friend. I didn't sleep with his friend on purpose. He was gone without talking to me and letting me know that, hold on. Anyways, he didn't let me know that that he was leaving, so I didn't know if he was even coming back. He thought I was going to wait for him. He thought having sex with me one time was going to keep me around. It's very different for women, because guys are always coming at us from different directions, right? And you don't want to be alone. You never want to be alone. If you want to get all the help that you can get as a woman, right? So if that guy falls short, you have to grab somebody to fall back on, because you understand your power, and you understand that it's very important that your safety means the world. Means everything, right? You can't just protect you can try to protect yourself, but you can't always do it alone, especially if there is a love bug. I won't call it a love bug, I rebuke it. There's no love bug, especially when you can easily fall in love with the wrong person out of vulnerability and just in need of someone, right? And they can show up with their looks, they can show up with money, they can show up with whatever deals or whatever, and you can end up in any situation, even a negative, bad situation, right? But you found somebody. And so with girls, there's always someone around the corner, especially when you're a beautiful woman. You don't always have to be physically beautiful for men to be attracted to you. Like I said, men are visual creatures, but they're also very spiritual and emotional, and they sense your energy before they meet you. Women can sense your energy, but they're so caught up in their aura sometimes that they're blinded to what type of energy they're around, or they're so desperate and vulnerable. So with Zach, I'm just looking at him and how he's, listen, watch this. How sometimes he pretends to be happy and pretends, of course, like there's like testing out the spicy bell on her fiance. So when you see videos when she's saying fiance, this video is old. This is before they got married. This is not new at all. So they're probably not even together right now, because they just repeatedly put the videos of his life with her when he was with her. You don't know. I don't know if it's they might not be together. I don't know that, right? So these are times when they're talking. As you can see, Zach is always on the computer and doing whatever he's doing, and then she's always doing this kind of, I don't know what she's always ever really up to, but he responds to her behavior. So now look. Now, the fact that she said, should I put it all on hold? She's like, you can tell she planned this. You can tell that she knew she left her wallet in the house for a reason, to not to end up spending his money instead of spending her own money. She knows he's easy to like, he's vulnerable, so she knows how to take advantage of him easily and say, you know what, I'm just gonna spend his money. Why spend my money if I could spend his, And sometimes that's when the woman is not feeling like they're in love, or they're not feeling they're getting something, especially when they have it. They're not gonna want to spend their own money. They're gonna try to abuse their partner the best way that they can, because they're not getting, that's what not getting love feels like. Just like me, when I feel hurt because of the videos that she keeps throwing in my face. But Zach sees that these videos are old videos, and I think he probably wants me to see that, right? And without telling me, which I think he should be more helpful. Sometimes when you try to, maybe he doesn't trust me because he doesn't trust women. Because as you can see, these are old videos. Like here, that this video was posted 2 days ago, but it says, them, I give it 3 months before they break up. And then she posts this picture that is a really old picture of when they first got married, or like not even the first got, it wasn't the exact day. And so everybody's thinking that this is recent, but this is not really recent. If you can show us a real recent, if you really want to be serious about confessing what's happening to you, like Zach, if you're really in danger, I think confessing is and showing the person that you want to be with. And I know that it can be risky because you feel like, oh, this person is gonna, they might use this information against me. Well, you see myself, I'm vulnerable, I'm desperate for a partner, so I'm not gonna hold back and try to act like I'm not vulnerable, because if vulnerability means putting yourself out there, even if sometimes it means getting hurt when you shouldn't be hurt, but you're desperate. You're desperate, right? And so all that is just proving that you are desperate. If you're vulnerable, you're going to find your partner. If you're not vulnerable and if you're not desperate and you allow fear to get in the way, you're never going to find anything for yourself. If I didn't ask for an apartment or for help, I would have never gotten the help that I needed and finally got indoors, right? It all starts with being bold enough. Even when I was homeless, it was really hard just to walk up to somebody and say, hey, can you give me $1 or $2 for food? So it could be really hard for him to even admit that he needs money. But the thing is, show me more videos, show me more evidence that you really don't have it, so that I don't feel like I'm trying to I'm going to hook up with a liar, with someone that's going to come in my house and start tampering with everything that I've done, because there's a lot of other people, even if I'm not responsible for them and I'm responsible for my behavior, I'm also responsible for my partner's behavior. So I want to know that you're sensible enough that when you come in here, you're going to be respectful. And that starts with telling me what's really going on with you. Otherwise, I don't see myself committing to a guy that is secretive. Right? Why wait till you get inside to tell me the truth? Why not tell me everything now? Why trick me into getting in a marriage with you if I don't know everything yet? Why do you have to trick me? Why don't we just tell each other everything now so we can make the proper decision? Because you're desperate and you're in love and you want to be married. But I think the first step to creating a healthy marriage is honesty, truth. So when you're beating around the bush, hiding behind accounts, all sorts of things, that's making me seem like you're a tricky guy, you're a liar, you're just pretending, you just probably looking for another hustle. You're looking, you know what I mean? The things are not working out at home, so you're looking for another. This is the kind of guy you are. I'm telling you, you have to be for real. I'm not here alone. God is supporting me. And when you're talking to me, you're talking to God. You're talking to God, and it's like, why should we throw our master away? Why should we put ourselves in danger's way, in harm's way? And you're okay. And we're over here literally struggling at home. Are you going to come and help out? Or do you just want to sit on the couch and complain about me and complain about my clutter and not clean it up? See, that's what teamwork is all about. That's what partnership. God said, I'm going to give you a life partner, a companion, not just a loiterer. The last thing you need is someone that's just going to loiter. Just sit in your house and let you figure it all out by yourself. That's not a team player. You have to be a team player. Now, if you do struggle with your physical, be honest with your partner, right? Don't show up when things are okay and say, okay, I love you, because you always be tested by the universe. When things get hard, we know Zach is going to run. So why are we sticking with Zach if Zach only comes around when we have things? But when we don't have, he's always running off somewhere. And then when he runs off, he doesn't come back with any cash, doesn't come back with any support, doesn't come back with anything. Unreliable. But you gave all your liability and reliability to another woman. You don't have to give me money, but you have to give me something. Sex is not enough. It's really not. It's nice, but it's just not enough. It's good because it makes you feel good, but I'm not going to allow sex to make me stupid. I have to ask for more because my body, when I'm on this side, I'm like, damn, my hands are saying, what? You need some help. You need help. That's what my hands are saying. You need more support. If he put at least $20 on my account, I'll be like, okay, at least he's trying. He got something. But let me not find out that you actually have money and you're telling me you don't have it. And the whole time you were watching me struggle. That's not a kind guy. So if she thinks $200 is expensive, then it is. In my book, $200 is a lot. For us, $200 is a lot of money. So, but it's not expensive to him. He has it. He has it. And even if he might not have it, we still can't make excuses for him because he said he has it. When a woman, she's not a very careful woman because she's tricky. She tricks him, and you can tell that she knew what she was doing. Oh, now you turned on your camera, and now you're saying in front of the camera. Maybe it's a skit. Maybe it's a skit. So if it's a skit, then what is this? If it's all fake, what is this? Because you turned on your camera to say you forgot your wallet. You get what I'm saying? And that's to show that Zach has the money. So if he's not spending money on you, it's because he doesn't want to. It's because he doesn't believe that you're worth it. It's because he doesn't believe that you're worth spending his last, or I doubt it. Most guys are smart. He has children, right? So I doubt that he would spend his money on you can tell they're not rich people, because $200, come on, they don't have money. They might have some, and not, they probably do have money, but they're pretending like they don't have money, which kind of speaks to the beautiful person like me that's like, oh, we're the same. That's why I like you. I can be with you because we're on the same boat, so we can grow together. You get what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's like when it really comes to fighting for each other, it's just not working. So I just don't see myself. I'm drained and I don't want to be drained. But if you get in a real relationship, I think every husband comes with problems. Every husband, there's nobody that shows up problemless. Even rich people have problems. They just have money, which helps wipe away those tears. He has love, which does help wipe away my tears. It does make me feel good, but at the cost, but I might not be strong enough to dive into his past with his person. This is what couples do. They talk about, but I think it'll make me feel better if he told people that they're not together anymore, instead of having me guess. I think that's what's going to make me feel more comfortable and say, okay, I can dive into this. I feel better. But if he doesn't tell the world that they're not together anymore, then I feel like he's lying to me and he's using me for promotion. You know, people pay for promotion. Promotion is not free. I can't keep working for somebody where are we going with this? There could be another man I could be dating. I don't want to be with you. I don't want you to try to pay me in sex. That's not what I want. Because relationships is not about pay me in sex. A relationship is about when you're married to a person, you owe them your body. So you try to say, hey, baby, baby, I need some sex. I need you today, this morning. Let's make love this morning. Okay, babe, I'll be right there if I'm ready. But if I'm not, if my body hurts, I have to say, baby, can we just take a break real quick? Let's find out what we're going to do if I can't give you sex. I don't want you to run off to someone else, to a whore, and try to find sex. Maybe that's what happened to us in the past. Right? So here, he's trying to fall in love with her because he's probably seeing no way out of this relationship. So now she says, I like you. And he's like, is that all? Because he's afraid, he feels like she's leaving now. So when a man behaves that way, it doesn't necessarily mean that he's actually falling in love with her. He just sees that he's reliant on her. This is a guess. This is what I'm guessing. He's reliant on her. So if she falls out of love with him, the spell is no longer working on her. So he's going to lose his assets, his mean to survive. Right? So when he loses that, he doesn't know who to bounce back on. So the goal is to make her believe that he's in love with her so they can stay, so he can keep her under his wing, under his spell, so he can stay under control, right? It seems like Quincy is the victim, but Quincy is not the victim because she also made it clear that she's paying him for his time. But they're afraid to talk about this because, you know, they are fear the people misinterpreting it and saying it's prostitution. It's not. They're we need to see the papers. Are they even really married? I think she showed us a license that they were really married, right? So she's in a position where she could be procuring, which is illegal, right? So she could be afraid of that. So they probably got married and then divorced. But is this even real? I don't believe it. But it could be. They did a whole wedding, but we never saw them get married in front of the church. You know what I mean? We never saw, like, show us the church you got married. Show us the ceremony. Show us the paperwork. That's when we're really talking business. Because other than that, you guys are just wasting each and every one of our time. So I hope you find the strength to speak up, the both of you guys, and I hope you can just stop playing games with each other. And, you know, I'll try to be strong. Like I said, I need prayer to get those feelings to just remove, you know, and so maybe looking at another guy will help me, you know, get out of that. But it's easier said than done. It's not like something you just shut off. Somebody has to replace that same love with the love that's being invested in me from Zach. So someone had to come up with something more so I can fall in love with them and fall out of love with Zach and then deal with Zach without being emotionally involved. If I'm not emotionally involved, I'm not hurting. And I know that I can use this content to help a lot of relationships. I can use it for my empire to teach people as an example. So my people can be careful when it comes to dating people. All right, guys, that's all for today. Thank you for being a part of this experience.